Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you a slightly different video. If you are coming straight here and haven't been to my blog, then firstly can I ask you to pop over and have a quick look at my blog, and it will explain in a little bit more detail what this is all about. But basically today I'm involved in a leadership blog hop, and the reason for that is that one of my lovely uplines, Sam Pootles, is on the incentive trip, which is absolutely divine, and I'm not jealous at all. And she left a few of her demonstrators, her downlines, in charge for a few days, and I was lucky enough to be chosen as one. And so my blog actually details what I've been doing the 3 days that I've been in charge, shall we say, but also to show you what I have made for people that have joined my team this month, because it's not something I talk about a great deal, although I love people joining my team. I love having a team and I love spoiling my team, and I love them to be part of what I'm part of, because it is fabulous and I love it. And so basically this is what I've made for people joining my team this month. And obviously it's a great month to join my team too, because you get those free ink pads as well as, you know, the other good promotions that we have. So here is my lovely welcome card, which I love, and I am a bit of this crafting forever, housework whenever. Yeah, my housework is done whenever I feel like it. I do it. I do have a specific day that I generally do my housework, but yeah, I'd much rather be crafting and doing stuff. So this is a lovely card that I made, and I didn't realise till I'd finished making it that this petal pink is actually very similar to my nail colour. So I was quite chuffed by that, but I do think pink and grey is just a gorgeous combination, and so I used the grey granite and obviously the Neutrals DSP, and then the petal pink with the beautiful ribbon as well. And then this is just a little gift that I send out. Anybody that joins my team generally gets a gift of some sort, and this month, not just this month, but sort of these 6 months, this is the gift that I am sending out. It will change, I'm trying to think when it changes. I think it's September when the autumn winter catalogue comes out, because I like to send something a little bit more seasonal, but this is the one I've sent out at the moment. And as you can see, I've used the lovely Crafting Forever stamp set here to do the pens. I've got the Statement of Our Heart stamped here and a lovely little welcome tag, and then inside is a little pen and a little notebook, because when we as demonstrators or crafters, whoever, you always need a bit of a notebook to write down measurements, sketch ideas, or do sketches of card layouts, things like that, measurements, anything you've seen in a shop. It's always handy. So a pen and a notebook is an ideal thing. So that is what I've sent out. And as you can see, this goes nicely in our acetate boxes. It fits just perfectly, so it will go out in the post and not get squished. And so I'm going to show you just how I made this part. The card was made in a very similar way. I just simply stamped the scissors and fussy cut them, and then added these cute little artisan pearls from the Share What You Love suite. So that's what I'm going to show you, is how to just decorate this box. As I say, it's quite a simple one, but I do think that it just makes something a bit more pretty and a little bit more presentable if you've got a gift, or even just a notebook you want to give someone. I think wrapping it like this would be really good. So obviously the first thing you're going to need is one of your acetate card boxes that's not got glue stuck to it. And so you simply need to get your fingers inside and obviously fold that crease that isn't folded. So do the two sides like that, and then give it a wiggle till it's equal. Looks like I'm going to need that black card again just while I do this. So fold these until you've got them like this, and then obviously you want to make the bottom up, so push, as I call them, the shoulders in, and then we just fold these pieces as well. Now I usually fold it over on itself and just give that a little bit of a pinch, and then pop the shoulders in and close your base up, and those shoulders should sit in these tiny little sort of splits just there. So that's my box made up, and that obviously is going to be the back of my box, so I don't want them to see the folds. And then I'm just going to pop these notebooks and pen in, and as you can see, I was very fortunate that these notebooks do fit perfectly alongside a pen. I didn't get bank on that at all, it just simply was my lucky day when I did it. So once that's in there, we need to then decorate it. So I've got a piece of grey granite here that I used as the base, and then a piece of the Subtles DSP. I'm just grabbing my grey granite, oh yes it is, stamp pad, and you then need to use your Crafting Forever, and I've used the pens as I said, and this is exactly the same technique that I used on the card front, and I just want to make sure that these are fairly straight, and then I just simply stamped tone on tone, so the ink onto the card the same colour, and I just started off randomly, made sure that they're in a straight line, and then where the join is I just sort of did like that, and again where the join is, and I just carried on all the way down just till I got to the bottom, and then again just do exactly the same. There we go. And that's simply how I did the background, and you could do that with any stamp set, you really could. It's a very simple technique, and as I said, I did exactly the same with the petal pink on the card, so you can use it with any colour, and I think it gives a great effect. So once I've done that, and sorry, my piece of cardstock that I'm using is 4.5 by 6.25 inches, and that's 11.5 by 15.8 centimetres. I've then, as I said, I've got my Subtles DSP that I've cut, and the strip is 2 inches wide by 6 inches in length, because that's obviously the size that the DSP comes in anyway. So that's 15 centimetres by 5 centimetres. And then I'm just going to adhere this onto one side here. So if you do make a little bit of a mess with your stamping, you can always change it and use this to hide it. And somebody started their motorbike up over the road. I do apologise if you can hear that. So that's that piece done, and then you need to add your image. So I've already done this because I knew you wouldn't want to see me sit here colouring these pens in, but I simply use my markers. So I used grey granite and petal pink on this one. Then I used, of course, Granny Green Apple and Lemon Lime Twist, because those are my favourites, with grey granite again. And then this one is Balmy Blue and Pool Party, again with grey granite. So I just coloured them in. I stamped them in Memento, coloured them in, cut it out, and then I used the triple, I can't remember the name of this now, Delicate, oh my goodness, no, brain's gone, sorry, do you remember? The triple punch anyhow, just around the corners. And then this simply gets stuck on too, and I just sort of stuck that central-ish and to the top, which is fine. Obviously if you're doing this straight off, make sure that this is dry before you start rubbing, because I'd hate for you to rub and smudge that ink. And that is actually all that I have done. I then slid this into the front of my box, and then again just reinforcing those bends, closing that box up. And then I need my sentiment from the Statement of My Heart, which sadly you can't buy. This was only available when the Share What You Love sort of pre-order was available and the bundles were available, so sadly you can't buy this now. But I use this obviously more for personal use and for sending stuff to demonstrators. And so I've used my embossing buddy on that. I'm going to use my Versamark. I don't know what that noise is outside. Always the noise when you're trying to film. I could sit in my lounge for 4 hours and not hear a sound. The second I come up here to film, there's noise. Always the same. So white embossing powder over the top of this. Just tap off the excess there, and let's put the lid on before I blow it away. Heat tool. And I do think this white shows up lovely on the grey granite. It shouldn't take too long to start to turn. Yes, we're just starting now. There we go. Just turn it round because it's burning my fingers a little. So that's that bit done. And then I just want to trim it very slightly, just across the bottom. Just take a small smidge off the top and bottom. Yeah, that's good enough for me. And then using the triple punch and just pop it in there, and I don't know if you can see, but you have two edges here, and you just line the corner up, so this straight edge lines up with that edge, and then you push it until this edge lines up here, so you have that 90-degree angle in the corner, and then you just punch and it rounds, and the same that way, punch and it rounds. So that's that part done. So I'm just going to grab some tear and tape to stick this on, because I want this to stay stuck. I don't want it to come off, and I'm not sure if snail is great on these boxes. I haven't tried it, but I'd rather not risk it. So just grab my piercer, take the backing off. So again, this just sort of goes on the centre, on the outside of the box, just at the bottom there. And then I have my Tea Room ribbon combo, and this is Petal Pink too. And then I just wrapped this around. Now whether I'm going to get this to look as pretty as the previous one remains to be seen. But I just wrapped this round. Now I must have... Do you know, isn't it funny when you do something once and then you think, oh, actually I don't remember how I did that? That's me on most days. There. So, wrap that round, and then I just want to tie, hopefully, a pretty bow. So, as you know, I do my upside down, and then let's try, come on, turn into a pretty bow. Will it work? Oh no, where's that gone? Come on. No, I dropped the end there. Let's try again. So, pretty bow, yes, here we go. Oh yes, look at that. See, I can do it. Brilliant. So, just trim that there. And then all that's left now is to just add my little welcome bit there. And to do that, I simply used the Wood Crate Woodwords, and I used the welcome off that. And then Wood Crate has the lovely little tag die there. So I'm just going to grab my Petal Pink. and stamp that on there. And then I'm just going to very quickly die cut that out if I had the right plates on. You see, like I've been using my other platform here and it's not ready, so I'm just going to quickly die cut this out. I'm sure you don't need to see me die cutting this small label out because it's not the hardest thing to do, unless it flips and moves, of course. Always the same when you're rushing, isn't it? So just quickly running that through. Come on, come on, come on. So I have my little tag that, as I say, I've just run through the big shot there, and it's just got a cute little welcome on it. And then using some Whisper White Baker's Twine, again getting a decent length. My scissors are a bit blunt, I might have to get some new ones. So doubling up the end to make that loop, and then I'm just going to feed that through. Then the loop catches the two ends, and then this simply goes around the centre of my bow without trying to pull it undone. So there's my twine, and then I'm going to loop it round, and then I'm trying to think which way I'm going to do this. I'm going to try this a slightly different way. I don't normally do it this way, but it'll be easier. So I've just put that through between the two lengths, and then I'm going to tie my knot, because I don't want to have to pull the card through a narrow gap and then make it look untidy, and that is perfect. And there it is. So these are my thank you, or should I say my welcome to my team gifts. And as I said, if you join my team during July, you will receive one of these gifts, or even during August. But as I said, hop over to my blog, have a little read. It'll explain what I've been doing and what I've been getting up to with the team whilst the boss is away. Lots of fun, lots of exciting challenges, and I'm really looking forward to it. So hope to see you all again soon. Hope you enjoyed that, and all the details will be on my blog. See you again soon. Bye.